Hey everybody, Shane Severson here, and I have a question for you. Are you looking to move up, meaning sell a smaller home, buy a bigger home? Maybe you've been questioning, is it the right time? What's the point? Why does it matter if I'm selling high, buying low? Well, I'm here to tell you we have one of the most unique opportunities that I have seen in the market. Probably will never see it again. We're titling this market update the trifecta for the move up buyer. You may never see this again. You're going to want to check out this information and you will not want to miss it. Let's go check it out. Hey everybody, Shane Severson here, Legacy Realty. We are in our November 2019 market update. I'm really excited about the market, excited about what's going on. And so let's jump right in. Since we're in our market update, let's start with our normal market stats that we talk about every day. And then we're going to jump into some really cool opportunities for the move up buyer if you're thinking about buying a bigger home and have been waiting for the perfect opportunity. You may never see this again, and we're going to get into that as well. But let's start with our regular market information here, and we will jump in over here and let's look at our prices, what our prices have been doing. If we look, we are currently at 513,543, so just over 513. If we look back in the last November, we were just under 500,000. So we're just over 3% growth appreciation per year. That's holding pretty strong. It's about what we've seen month after month. So we're not seeing anything different. Market is staying very strong. If we jump into our supply, we can see that we have 1.9 month of inventory. If we go all the way back to June, so 6 months, we've been at that 1.9. So we're holding pretty strong and pretty solid on that number for some time, and I don't really see that changing a whole lot. It's been a pretty solid and strong start to our winter into the holiday season, so I think this is going to hold pretty strong. Let's look at the days on market, last kind of number I want to look at for our market stats. And if we look, we are at 34 days on the market, so right at about a month. And if you look, that's been holding for 3 months. If we go back 6 months, it's only a day higher, one more day on the market if we go all the way back to June. So for the last 6 months, we've only grown a day. And so the market's pretty steady. I know everybody feels like the market's moving and changing, but honestly, if you look at the trends, if you look at, especially if you look at our sold prices, you can see again our same graph that kind of grows very steady. So like I said, it's been a strong start to our winter. It's been a strong holiday season, probably one of the strongest I've seen, most active that I've seen in a couple years. So I think the market is actually pretty strong. The question is, all of that looks great, all of that is very strong, but what about the move up buyer? I hear all the time talking to people when they're thinking about moving, what's the point? I'm going to sell high because it's a seller's market, and you're telling me I should sell, Shane, because it's a seller's market, but then I'm going to go buy my bigger home, my family home, my dream home, and I'm going to sell high on that as well. So what's the point? Why would I do that? And I just want to jump into our segment here on the move up buyers and why we have such a unique opportunity right now. Normally in a normal market, when we're in a seller's market, we sell really high, then you go to buy and you buy really high. If we're in a buyer's market, it's the same thing. You sell lower, but you will get a better deal on the new purchase. So you're buying lower as well. What's the point? There's really no big advantage. Well, we're in a very, very unique opportunity right now. We're calling it the trifecta, as I've said. for the move up buyers. So if you are looking to move up, I'm telling you right now could very well be the opportunity that you've been waiting for years. So let's jump into that, and it is going to be a huge opportunity right now in a market. Here's what we have to understand. I talk about this every month, is it's driven by supply and demand. How many people are fighting for how many homes? That's yeah, economics. That's what you're looking at in a real estate market. When you look at where that line is drawn between a buyer's market and a seller's market, you're looking at about 6 months inventory. So you got 6 months inventory. If you are below 6 months inventory, which we have been for years, you have all of these people, huge demand, fighting for a very small portion of supply. You just don't have enough homes. Therefore, people are multiple bidding. You have people bidding over, and you have all of this just activity, which drives a seller's market. If the market gets to where you are above 6 months supply, meaning you have all these homes and you don't have as many people fighting for those homes, the homes will sit on the market longer, and you don't have multiple bids. In fact, you can underbid because there's so many homes to choose from, and it becomes a buyer's market. Now, how can a market be both? That's what we're in, and that's what's very unique about the opportunity we have right now. Let me show you something. If we jump into, I want to jump to, if you were with me last month, you saw these charts that I used, and this is in that. So I want to show you about this unique opportunity that we have. Let's say for a second you have a 1,800 square foot tri-level home. A little tight for your family, not quite your dream home, and you would love to get out of this home, buy your bigger home. So if you look on the left portion right here, you can see this is the square footage of homes. So if you had an 1,800 square foot home, you would fit right in this category, 1,360 to 1,829. If you slide across, just I want to make sure you understand how this chart and this graph is all a lot of stuff going on here. We look at the months inventory. So if you have an 1,800 square foot home, you slide across, you are at 1.3 months supply. Now you tell me, we just talked about it, are you in a buyer's market or a seller's market? And I'm here to tell you, you are in a huge seller's market. What does that mean for you as a seller? That means you will most likely get multiple offers, most likely have huge negotiation power to be able to get top dollar, probably over asking. You'll probably set the bar on the comparable in your whole neighborhood. You'll be able to sell it at the absolute top at the most. That's the point that you're in. So the first part of that trifecta for the move-up buyers is being able to sell absolute top dollar in a seller's market. Now, here's what's interesting with what's going on right now, and I hope there's a lot of people watching this because this is great information that people need to see. Let's say you want to go buy a 3,100 square foot home. Now, if you jump down here, let's say you want to buy a $600,000-$700,000, 3,200 square foot home. You are in this bottom level here. If you slide across, you are at 4.2 months supply. You can see that that's 3 times, a little over 3 times, almost 4 times the amount of supply and demand for these homes than there are for the other. So you are sliding more towards a buyer's market. One other unique, interesting fact is all of these stats that we're pulling off of are MLS data. Okay, Shane, great. What does that mean? That means all of the new builds, which we haven't had new building, we have for a couple of years now, but for years we didn't have any new builds. They're finally building again and building quickly. You see neighborhoods going up all over the place. These numbers do not include the new builds. So, do new builders build 1,500, 1,800 square foot tri-levels? No, they're building the bigger homes. So, your accurate number here is probably 1.3. But if you go down to these bigger homes, you're not including the new builds. So your number here, we don't know because they're not figured in, but you're probably a little over 6%. What does that mean for you? You are now buying in a buyer's market. Crazy. You can sell for top dollar, sell, have huge negotiation power, and then go buy your move up home, your dream home, and it's been sitting, get a great deal, great negotiations, get a steal on that house. Huge, huge thing. In fact, one other thing I want to show you for your 1,800 square foot home, 22 days on the market for that house. Jump down to your big home. It's been on the market 58 days, almost 2 months. They're freaking out. They just want a deal. Now is the time to buy. But that's not the trifecta. That's two. You are being able to sell high. You are able to buy low. What tops off this whole thing, if you slide down, is the interest rates. This is where I'm not sure you'll ever be able to sell high and buy low. But to top it off and to really put the icing on the cake is the interest rates. If you look at the interest rates today, you can see where they have been. And we are about 1%, well, we are 1% lower than we were a year ago. That is astronomical. What does that mean for you? Well, that means 1% on interest rate for a $600,000 house is $350. That is crazy. So if we look at this, you're saving $350 by buying your bigger home. What if, for a second, most people have refied, but what if you're out there and you still have a 5.5 interest rate on your smaller home? That blows it out of the universe, because now you can sell your high rate at a high price, go buy your dream home at a steal of a deal and get a 1% lower, but that's not even considering you haven't refied, so probably lower than that. You may not be all that much more for a payment on your dream home than the home they're in today. Trifecta for the move up buyers. This is a huge opportunity. Give me a call. Let's talk about your unique situation. Let's talk about what's going on for you, and I would love to break it down for you, and I would love to show you the opportunities that are there before you. You just need to take advantage. God bless you. Hope you're having a great, great day, a great week, a great holiday season, and I hope you have an amazing Christmas and great New Year. God bless you. We'll see you the turn of the year.